We are back from spring break with another week of BBN Weekly News.
Shasta Hope will be discussing daylight savings time.
Hannah Farrow will be asking students and staff how their spring break went.
Sage will be giving us an update on Beaver sports, and Delaney will tell us about this weekend's weather.
Let's go to Shasta to learn more about daylight savings time.
The controversy of daylight savings time has gone on for many years. Many people see it as an inconvenience to their daily lives. In March, time springs forward as we head into spring, and in November, time falls back as an hour as we go into fall. In 1966, daylight savings time was enacted as a legal requirement by the Uniform Time Act. The original motivation behind daylight savings time was to save on fuel costs during World War I by adding an extra hour of daylight. Now, daylight savings is implemented to save energy and get more use out of our natural daylight. For many people, it throws their mental clock for a loop. The human body runs off of routine and familiarity. Health professionals argue that daylight savings time is unnecessary due to the harm it causes, such as changes in heart rhythms and sleep schedule changes. Some people like it to be an hour earlier when the sun rises, but others seem to like it when the sun sets an hour later and you get an extra hour of daylight in the evening. The Sunshine Protection Act argues that with an hour more of daylight, the economy will thrive because more people are likely to stay out longer. Some states have already opted out of changing their clocks, such as Arizona, California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Washington, and Wyoming. I asked some SCHS staff about their opinions on daylight savings.
Miss Baylor here at BBN. The topic today is daylight savings, and do I think we should keep daylight savings? Absolutely. The farmers depend on that daylight to get their work done.
I don't really have an opinion on daylight savings time. I just wish it would stay the same all the time.
Not really. I really like daylight savings time in the fall when we get an extra hour of sleep that night. I really dislike it in the spring when we lose an hour of sleep. I really don't have an opinion on whether we should keep it or not.
I actually am not really a big fan of it. I would rather we didn't have it and just let our times stay the same, I guess. I like getting up with the sun and seeing daylight and not going and having our evenings with no darkness, I guess. So I'm not a big fan of having daylight savings time.
Thank you for your opinions. For BBN, I'm Shasta Hope.
Thanks, Shasta.
Now let's go to Hannah to hear about SCHS's spring break.
We wrapped up spring break and are back to reality here at SCHS. Some went to the mountains, some went to the beach, and some just stayed in Scott City. Let's talk to a few people and see what they did over their spring break.
I went to Wichita to see family.
I just stayed home the entire time. I didn't do anything.
Spring break, I went to Denver, Colorado for a couple days, hung out there, and then came back, went to baseball practice, and did some golfing.
So over spring break, I got married, and then on my wedding day, my little sister had a baby. So I also got married and had a niece on the same day. It was the best.
I went to Monarch Ski Resort to go snowboarding. We went to the Bahamas, and the beach was really fun.
Sounds like fun, guys. I hope everyone had a good and relaxing spring break. For BBN News, I'm Hannah Farrow.
Let's go to Sage to learn about upcoming sports.
The final 9 weeks is underway. That means spring sports are in full effect. SCHS boys tennis is back on the courts, looking to replicate and build upon the success they found last year. I sat down with players from the team to get a better understanding of what's to come this spring.
Well, for myself, I just want to make it back to state, and for the team, I just want us to win regionals again.
Well, like
I want everybody to get back to state, obviously, and then, I don't know, I just want to have a winning record, basically. I like playing with all my friends and just, I don't know, everybody gets to like play together and it's fun and we all just have fun.
My favorite part of tennis is, just going out there and just playing every day and just playing, basically.
Tennis season often hits the ground running, seeing a flurry of meets to kick off the year. Sometimes the fast-paced nature can make it hard to focus on really improving throughout the year.
Well, I just take it one day at a time, honestly. Just one step at a time, one hit at a time, one serve at a time.
Tennis sees players often competing by themselves or one other teammate, so it's important that players can hold themselves accountable and set goals for themselves.
I feel like it's kind of like a more of an individual sport, like you kind of rely on yourself, and unless you play doubles, I guess, but when you're just playing singles, then you gotta just play your game.
Well, you don't have a whole team, you know what I mean? Because like football and basketball, you have a couple more guys, but if you just play singles, then it's just usually you, but if you play doubles, then you just got one guy to rely on.
Tennis season will see the team play 12 meets in a little over a month, but every year the team comes in and shows out in an effort to be better than the last year. Good luck to all the spring sport athletes on this season. For BBN, I'm Sage Steckline.
Thanks, Sage.
Now Delaney will be giving us this weekend's weather report.
The Beavers are back from spring break with slightly warmer temperatures for this weekend's weather. Today, the weather for Scott City, Kansas will be a high of 48 and a low of 34 with a 60% chance of rain. Saturday, the weather will stay about the same with a high of 49 and a low of 32 with gusts up to 31 miles per hour and a 50% chance of rain. Sunday, high of 47 and a low of 28 with gusts up to 24 miles per hour. Have a great weekend, and for BBN, I'm Delaney France.
Thanks, Delaney. And with that, for BBN Weekly News, I'm Thad Butler.
And I'm Annie Talbert. See you next week.